Hey guys, it's the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome amusement park downtown of the top 5 overrated amusement parks. These are 5 amusement parks, in my opinion, that are pretty overrated, and a lot of people talk about, and they just can't get enough of it. And I think these parks don't need as much attention as they actually get. Number 5 is Hershey Park, and I think this is a very good park. They have Hershey's Chocolate World, and I think this park's pretty overrated with a few of their coasters. I think Skyrush is an overrated hypercoaster. It's a very short ride, the restraints aren't good, depending on who you are. So, those could be some reasons why Hershey Park is pretty overrated. Some people have considered Fahrenheit to be overrated. I don't think so. And some people have considered Storm Runner overrated. I think Storm Runner's pretty overrated. And overall, Hershey Park's a good park, but they have a few overrated coasters, so that's why they're on this list. Number 4 is Knott's Berry Farm, and this park is known for being an awesome family park, according to some people, but some people have considered this an overrated park because it may not have the best coaster collection out of any amusement park. While they do have a few notable coasters, like a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop called Montezuma's Revenge, and they also have the GCI treatment of Ghost Rider, Silver Bullet. They do have a good coaster collection, but they do have some overrated rides. And they don't have too many family rides, which considers it kind of overrated with the families. So that's why it's at number 4. Number 3 is Cedar Point, and a lot of people have considered this a pretty overrated park. When Coaster Studios came in, it feels like this park has been overrated, kind of. Because he started to say Millennium Force was overrated, and now it's starting to become a little more underrated, and not too many people are riding it as much. Same thing with Magnum XL 200. Still tons of people love Magnum, but Coaster Studios wasn't a fan of it. He's starting to make Cedar Point a little bit more underrated, but it's a pretty overrated park, according to some people. But I think this is the best amusement park in the world. It's very good, and overall, Cedar Point is coming in at one of the most overrated parks in the USA. Number 2 is Canada's Wonderland. What is with this park? They have so many roller coasters. They could have just as good of a coaster collection as Cedar Point. But no. Well, they do have a few notable coasters, an Aero Suspended Coaster, an underrated flying coaster. They have a B&M Hyper, a Giga, but they really do need a launch coaster. And as a park hole, this is a good park, but I think it's pretty overrated as a park hole. If you just separate the categories in roller coasters, they really do need some work on their roller coasters. So that's why I think their collection could be overrated, is they have so many roller coasters, but they don't have that good of a collection, which leads to disappointment. But still, this is a very good park, and I consider it one of the best amusement parks in Canada. Number 1 is Carowinds. Now, a lot of people love this park. I really do like this park, but I think it's starting to get a bit more overrated because of Fury 325. I think Fury 325 is the best coaster in the world. It beat Millennium Force in 2015 for best coaster in the world, in my opinion. But this is a very good park. And their big 3 is fabulous. They have an amazing B&M invert, Afterburn. It has like 6 inversions. It's very intense, very fun, very smooth. They have a B&M Hyper coaster called Intimidator. It's very good. It has some good airtime. Some people consider it overrated. And they have Fury 325, which I consider the best coaster in the world, best coaster by B&M, and the best Giga coaster. And overall, I think Carowinds has some reasons why it is the most overrated park, in my opinion, in North America.